The truck hurtles forward, metal screams, glass shatters. A Michigan synagogue, Temple Israel, one of the largest, is ripped open, not by prayer, but by a ramming pickup, driven by a man armed with a rifle. Inside, children, faith. Outside, chaos, and a lone security guard injured, firing back. A fatal shot. The suspect drops. But a new horror unfolds, a suspected explosive device inside the vehicle. An FBI alert screams, 6 p.m. looming. A domestic tragedy, now a national security nightmare. Across an ocean, the Strait of Hormuz burns, tankers ablaze. The scent of crude oil mixes with the acrid smoke of conflict. This is Operation Epic Fury. President Trump, from a Kentucky rally, declared victory. We won the battle. In the first hour, it was over. But the fire rages, and Iran's new supreme leader, unverified, unseen, makes a promise. Continued disruption, endless strikes on U.S. bases. The world holds its breath. Back in Dearborn, Michigan, the scene is a blur of flashing lights. Investigators comb through the wreckage of the truck. A naturalized U.S. citizen from Lebanon, his vehicle, a weapon. The security guard, a hero. They called him a hero because, as we've seen all across the country, these synagogues are trying to take a soft target like their church and make it a hard target. A desperate defense in a changing nation. But what truly stopped the attacker? The guard's bullet, or something far more sinister hidden within the vehicle? The sheriff warned, something ignited in the vehicle. That's a work in progress. Explosive devices, federal sources whisper. The unthinkable now possible. The president addresses a nation on edge. It's a terrible thing, but it goes on. We're going to be right down to the bottom of it. A pledge, a promise. But the shadow of domestic terror lengthens. The spotlight shifts, from shattered glass to burning seas. President Trump taps the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, 172 million barrels released. A desperate measure or a calculated move? Critics rage. You're not supposed to tap into your Strategic Petroleum Reserve to solve a problem that the president created himself. The blame game begins. Who lit this fuse? General Petraeus on air last night offered a chilling assessment. A 4 to 6 week operation. Already a week and a half in. We've beheaded the leadership and we've completely decimated their conventional military. But the drones, the Mosquito fleet of Iran, small, fast, lethal boats swarming the strait, a relentless menace to global shipping, to the world's energy supply. The CENTCOM admiral, a master of waterways, now faces an impossible task. We're going to have to lay waste to these ports, to these mobile missile batteries, to all these drone hubs along the coastline. A brutal campaign looms. The stakes are unimaginable. Not just oil, not just stability. 30% of the world's fertilizer. Prices already up 77%. American farmers already breaking, now face ruin. The ripple effect global. If the strait falls, so does global food security, a true national security issue. And the enemy, not just across the sea. Paul, a counterterrorism expert, outlines the buckets of threat. Deployed assets direct from Iran, rare but not impossible. Hezbollah, directed by the regime, already here, making money, a mafia, a powerful force in the shadows. The border, loose for 4 years, a gaping wound. But the third bucket, the most insidious, radicalized sympathizers. No one knew. No one expected this self-inflicted wound. The Austin attacks, the Manhattan plots, now a synagogue in Michigan. Is this the new face of terror? The debate flares. Jess, feeling uncomfortable with that compliment, predicts collapse. It's going to go bad now. Tankers burning. Gulf allies screaming. We weren't prepared for this. We need more help. India cuts its own deals. China, ever pragmatic, secures its supply. America stands isolated. How to confront this without boots on the ground? The American people draw a line in the sand. Polling shifts. Support for strikes, yes. For ground troops, never again. A dangerous precipice for the current administration. Then, Greg Gutfeld, a torrent of righteous anger. The price of oil, the price of fertilizer. Oh, I'm sorry, that was the beginning of the Ukraine-Russian war. A skated comparison. The war everybody loved, flags on bios. Now, 5 years in, forgotten. But Iran, a different kind of enemy. Russia, he argued, didn't take American lives, didn't support proxies who orchestrated October 7th, yet Ukraine was celebrated. Iran, confronting the most misogynist theocracy, is met with silence from the feminists. The final hammer blow, unyielding, unforgettable. Nothing Trump has done comes close to what the last administration did to our country. A seismic shift in the narrative. The Democrats installed a feeble puppet, and they knew it, and the world knew it. In a flash, a nation weakened. 2 wars, Ukraine and Russia. Then October 7th, because the world saw weakness, a handicapped nation, a lost will, a lost way. Domestically, a radical subversion, crime reform, trans issues, illegal immigration, eating ourselves alive. An incredible nation transitioned into a self-doubting basket case in just 4 years with a missing president. The forever road to war wasn't Trump's creation. It was the legacy of decades, a can kicked down the road, again and again, until now, until the desk is clear, the choice made, and the world watches, wondering what price this decisive action will demand, what will truly be left standing.